Okay, good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. Before we start the official lecture, I want to share a little bit of inspiration or a motivational talk. Okay, so I was asking a few of you earlier if what's the progress of your mock test? If are you improving? Are you getting better scores? Okay, so I want to remind everyone that you have your own pacing. Okay, so it simply means just because your batchmate or classmate has better scores, it doesn't really mean that you have to keep up with that person. The only person that you have to be in competition with is yourself. Okay, so what you need to do is beat your own score. If you've been getting constantly the same score, then it means you need to push yourself a little more. But it doesn't mean that you have to give up right away. Okay. I know IELTS is not easy. Even in my level, I had a hard time with IELTS in the beginning. Okay. It's not easy to learn the techniques because it's the top one English proficiency examination. So, pinakamahirap talaga yung IELTS compared to PTE, MENT, NCLEX, and other examinations. But the good thing about IELTS is that it has a bigger scope, right? So, mas accepted siya, mas kinikilala siya sa iba't ibang institutions, universities, and companies abroad. Okay, so kumbaga, when it comes to branding, when we say IELTS, it's the first, the top. So sulit naman yung pag-review nyo because it's your ticket, right? It's your ticket towards a better future. Okay, so wag agad pang hinaan ng loob if you've been getting constantly the same score. It just means that that's your weak area. Let's say, hindi ako nag-improve sa writing eh. Baka kasi hindi ka naman talaga nagpapasa ng essay. The thing about students is that you are quite hesitant to submit the essays is because you're afraid of what? Assessment? Feedback? Okay, I want you to change your POV about getting coaching done. Okay? Kasi minsan pag dumadating ako dito Thursdays, wala ring nakalista. Kundi ko pa pilitin magpa-coaching, walang magpapalista, right? So, I want you to change your point of view. Feedback that you get from coaching is not judgment. Hindi ka ginajudge kasi mahina ka sa English or sa area na to. Rather, we are helping you to navigate towards an easier path. Kasi once you already know what your weak areas are, then improvement is gonna be better. Kasi mas makakapag-focus ka sa kung anong skills yung kailangan mo pang i-sharpen at i-improve, right? So, in coaching, we give you what you call constructive criticism. Have you heard of that term before? So, constructive meaning it is criticism. May negativity pa rin doon kasi nga, we're going to tell you which areas you're weak at, but then we're gonna help you, give you tips and strategies on how you can strengthen those areas. Okay? So, if you feel stuck in a specific score, baka kasi may mga kailangan ka pang bigyan ng oras, okay? So I understand some of you have work, you have your families, hindi naman IELTS lang yung focus nyo, but if you've already started this journey, I suggest lock in, okay? And wag agad pang hinaan ng loob kasi maraming students akong nakikita, they start off with high motivation, but then a lot of extra circumstances come in, na parang hinaan sila ng loob, which is normal because we're humans and we're emotional. But then, you just have to bounce back, okay? So today our lecture is vocabulary 2. You want to watch a replay video of vocabulary 1, the one that we had last time. I did not post the most recent one, but I do have a few copies of vocabulary 1 lecture on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out. So in today's lecture, we're going to talk about common incorrect usage of words. Yung mga words na nakasanayan ng mga Pilipino especially, but then you have to avoid because mali pala yung paggamit ng mga yan. Okay? And then we have phrasal verbs. Can you give me a second? Because I'm looking for my glasses and I don't know where I put it. Sorry. Okay, so today we're also going to discuss phrasal verbs, and if we have time, we might discuss idioms and collocations. But the thing pa lang sa phrasal verbs, it's a long list already, and you need to learn phrasal verbs kasi you sound more natural when you are familiar in using phrasal verbs. Yun yung group of words that you put together. For example, get along with. Do you easily get along with your family members? Ibig sabihin na nagkakasundo ba kayo ng family mo? Meron bang pagkakasundo na nangyayari? Okay? Yes, we get along with each other, especially with my oldest brother. His name is Mark. Okay? So, get along means nagkakasundo. So you have to be familiar with cluster of words so that mas elevated yung dating ng vocabulary and lexical resources nyo. Okay? Pero before that, we have to first talk about the common incorrect word usage. There is a variety of English used in the Philippines by the media and the vast majority of educated Filipinos. Take note of the word in media and vast majority. Ibig sabihin, maraming words, slangs na ginagamit dahil nauuso sa social media. Or dahil yun yung karamihang nakasanayan ng lahat. For example, yung word na comfort room, CR. If you go abroad, they would not know what a comfort room is because they address it as toilet. Toilet, washroom, bathroom, yan, okay? Sa Pilipinas lang talaga, tinatawag na CR or comfort room ang mga toilet. Okay? So, that's an example of a word that has been used by the vast majority. Even educated Filipinos, they would use those words because they think that it's correct. I used to also think that when you use the term live-in partner, it pertains to the person that you live with under non-marital circumstances, right? So you're illegally together. Illegally, grabe naman yun. So, but you live together and probably some of them already have kids, yeah? But the right term for live-in partner is actually common law partner, okay? So if you use terms such as live-in partner, comfort room, and you talk to the examiner or to a foreigner using that language, mami-misinterpret nila kayo because hindi sila from the Philippines and they would not know what you're talking about. It will lead to lower score in your vocabulary and lexical resource. It's 25% of your writing and 25% of your speaking as well. Code mixing is one of the most prevalent example of emerging subvarieties among them. Okay, code mixing. Yun nga. Ano ba yung mga words na sinasamahan natin ng Tagalog and parang Taglish. Okay. Let me check a list. We do have a list actually. You're gonna see there. Ganito yung code mixing. Alam nyo, hindi kayo nandito by accident. Pinili nyo mag-review for IELTS kasi may pangarap kayo. Okay. Ibig sabihin, pinagsama ko yung English and Tagalog in a sentence. Okay? Hindi kayo nandito by accident. Tagalog and then by accident English. Yun yung code mixing. Minimix na natin. Kaya mo ba magsalita ng pure Tagalog? Try mo. Try mo walang English yung sinasabi mo. Nakasanayan na natin na meron talaga, right? Like me, I am code mixing right now. But the thing is, you should not apply that in IELTS, both in writing and in speaking. Which most of you have the tendency to do code mixing a lot, right? Minsan pa nga sa interview, may magsasalita. Ano na nga yan? Ganon, biglang bubulong ng ganon, or our family has a sari-sari store. Confident ka ba sa sari-sari store? Do you really think that the examiner knows what a sari-sari store is? No, it's a Filipino word. So, ano ba sa English yung sari-sari store? Mini grocery store? Mini store. I think mini store, diba? Okay. So these are the common incorrect usage. Let's check them out. Yung iba dito, medyo outdated, pero it's good that you would know so that you will avoid using them. Okay? Is it too small or nababasa nyo naman? If you want, you can come closer. Kagaya nyo ako na malabo yung mata. Okay, so upper tel or condotel. From the word hotel, niladagdagan natin ng tel, yung dulo ng mga words, kasi gusto natin pag-combine. Kasi nasanay tayo na yung mga magulang natin, pinagsasama yung pangalan nila para gawing pangalan natin, di ba? Most of parents did that. Right? Si Josie, si Jobert, at saka si Eileen. So, syempre, magkakaanak sila ng babae. Ang pangalan ay Jocelyn, di ba? Jobet tsaka Eileen. So, ganun din, yung mga Filipino. So, mali ang paggamit ng word na apartel or condotel because there's no such thing. It's either an apartment or condominium unit or apartment hotel. Okay? Magkaiba kasi ito sa hotel. Hotel is just a one, you can book it one day, one night, ganyan. Pero kasi, yung mga condo units and apartments, you can book it for an extension, an extensive stay, okay? Kasi tsaka, they're more affordable, right? Compared to hotel bookings. So, in our era, they're called Airbnb. Ayan, familiar ba tayo sa Airbnb? Kasi malay nyo, matanong yan sa exam. What is an Airbnb? Because sometimes the topics could be about tourism, the topics could be about vacation. So baka ang itanong sa inyo, would you prefer booking a hotel or staying at an Airbnb? So dapat aware kayo. An Airbnb is different because Airbnbs could be houses, apartments, condo units that you could rent at lower prices pero self-service sila. Unlike a hotel wherein all the services are given by the staff. Even food. Hindi ka pwedeng magluto sa hotel, right? You have to call and order. And kumpara mo sa apartment, hotel, or Airbnb, self-service yon. There's a kitchen, complete na yung mga amenities and stuff like that. Okay, next we have baby bus. Buti ba yung bus? Tinawag na baby. So, ang tawag sa kanya talaga ngayon ay mini bus. Okay. E-bus. Kasi yung iba sa mga minibuses, electronic na lang, right? Bar girl or okay. It should be addressed as a stripper. Okay. Check natin yung updated meaning ng word na stripper. Okay. Parang hindi ko na kailangang i-explain pa yun kasi you men know what that is, right? So most women who work at clubs, and yes, that's their job. Pero din naman for women, which is, I don't know, I haven't been to those places, so let's move on to the next word, big time. Yan, yung word na big time, kadalasan ginagamit when you're addressing someone na nakaka-LL sa life. Nakakaluwag-luwag, nakakaangat, di ba? So, like yung mga kamag-anak natin nakapag-abroad or probably kayo na nakapag-abroad na yung iba sa inyo, right? So, ang tingin sa inyo ng family nyo, big time kayo kasi porket sumisweldo kayo ng dollars, US dollars, or Japanese money, right? So, nasanay tayo dun sa word na yun. So, instead of using the word big time, it's better to use rich, wealthy, high profile, elite. Okay? She belongs to the elite society. Ibig sabihin, marangyang buhay. Okay, biscuit. Okay. Yung biscuit kasi, ang totoong itsura niya, siya yung tinapay na parang maraming asukal. So, you know the pan bread, tasty? So, sliced siya, but then it's dried and sugary. So, yun yung bizcocho talaga. I think, hindi ako kasi kumakain nun dahil matigas siya, tsaka ano, parang makalat siya kainin because it has a lot of crumbs, right? So, Filipinos would buy a bucket of assorted cookies and biscuits and wafer, di ba? Assorted, let's say, sweets na lang, okay? So, for Filipinos, lahat ng laman ng bucket na yon ay biscuit tawag. Kuha ka nga ng biscuit dun, di ba? But, it's not actually, kasi assorted yun eh. Iba-iba, may wafer, may biscuits, may cookies, may crackers, may fudgy cookies, something like that. Iba-iba siya. Pero nakasanayan na ng mga Pilipino na ganun yung tawag. Di ba? Lalo na yung matatanda na. They would really know, they would really use the word biscuit. So, alam niyo na ba yung tinutukoy kong original na biscuit? Sa US, alam niyo ba yung Popeyes? Popeyes, chicken. If you watch YouTube, parang kino-compare nila Popeyes or Jollibee, Popeyes or KFC, ganyan. So, instead of rice, they have biscuits. So, nakita ko na tinapay nga siya na parang crunchy. Ang hirap naman i-explain. Papakita ko na nga lang. You do have an idea though what I'm talking about. Minsan, ganito yung itsura niya. Especially when you go to Popeyes, you can buy these biscuits. So, medyo matigas yung texture niya and flaky. So, makalat nga siya kainin, right? Or ganito, yan. Yan yung replacement nila sa rice. Kasi hindi sila ma-rice na tao di ba, sa US. And then, yung bizcocho naman sa Philippine, yung Philippine version naman ng bizcocho, yung parang maasukal siya. Yan! Ito din ba yung nasa isip nyo na bizcocho? It's actually sugary. Tapos parang coated siya ng margarine or something. Imagine ang taas ang taas ng calories nito, no? May tendency pang matanggal yung pustiso. Yung pustiso talaga. Okay. Next is Blowout. Pa-blowout ka naman. Like, when there's a celebration, when there's a graduation, or na-promote sa work, di ba? Nangangansyaw ang mga ka-work mo na manlibre ka, ganun. So, it's actually supposed to be, can you host a party or could you treat us? Treat us to dinner. Hindi yung magpa-blowout ka naman. Next, we have the word bold. Ayan. It should be, the meaning of bold is actually brave, daring, or courageous. Boundary. An amount public transport drivers pay their operators daily. Okay, so it's maling-mali yung paggamit ng mga Pilipino sa word na boundary, because boundary, yung iniisip natin is when you have mga tricycle units or mga XLT, and then may mga drivers ka na maglalabas ng mga yon, they have to pay you a certain amount na parang commission mo yon kasi pinarent mo yung sasakyan mo sa kanila, right? So, how much ba binabayad ng mga ganon? Hindi ko na alam eh. But back in 2000, I think 5, naririnig ko yung boundary ng isang tricycle parang 80 pesos lang. Ang baba, no? I don't know anymore. Kasi parang ngayon, hindi na uso yun eh. Why? Because nauso yung hulugan ng mga motor. So, everyone can afford to buy their own vehicle. Kesa naman nagbabayad sila ng, yun nga, commission. Commission kasi tawag doon, hindi boundary. Okay? So, ang ibig sabihin ng boundary, may limitation. Okay? You have to know your boundaries. Kaibigan lang, ganon. Huwag kong lalagpas dun sa boundary na yan. Especially if you're already in a commitment. Natatawa kayo, yung mga nakaka-relate dyan, ah. Okay, next word is bottomless. So, whenever you go at a restaurant with your family, hindi mawawala yan. Itatanong ng mga nanay nyo or tatay nyo, bottomless po ba yung iced tea? Right? Tama ba ako? So, akala ng Filipinos, ang meaning ng bottomless is unlimited. Like, you pay the package and then they're gonna give you unlimited drinks. Pero, ibig sabihin ng, the right word for that is refillable. Is the iced tea pitcher refillable? Or Coca-Cola pitcher refillable? Pwede bang paulit-ulit na magpa-refill? Yun yung ibig sabihin niya. Okay, so you have to ask the right question and say, is it refillable? Not bottomless. Cabaret or nightclub. So, madalas ko narinig yun, nightclub. Okay, so to be more specific, the right term is strip club. Calling card. Yan, okay. Do you have a calling card? Although nowadays, hindi na ganun kauso tong mga business cards because we have social media. You can just send the link. This is my business info. Ganun na lang yung nauuso nowadays. But there are still businesses and people who use business cards because they feel like it's more convenient. And I feel like it's effective then. Because sometimes we lose data on our phone. We're not always, for example, nadidelete natin ng by accident or for whatsoever reason, right? Next, we have the word canteen. So, the right term is cafeteria. Ang ibig sabihin pala ng canteen, it's a container. Modern age, ang canteen ngayon ay tinatawag na flask. Lalagyanan siya na parang pabilog wherein you put water to keep it cool. Pabilog pa kasi dati yung shape no, kaya pa-rectangle, ganon. Pero ngayon, cylinder na yung uso, di ba? Cylinder na yung shape. Yun nga, yung mga aqua flask or tinatawag din nilang cold cups. Di ba? Sobrang nauuso nowadays. Speaking of hydration, yeah, we need that. It's summer. Pero nakakalito yung weather nowadays, ah. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold. Climate change, guys. Marami na talagang senyales ng end of the world. Uy, joke lang, hindi. So, next we have car park. So the right term is parking lot or parking area. You could also say that, parking lot or parking area. And then cargo train. So I've heard the term cargo ships, right? So hindi pala tamang gamitin yung term na cargo train. Instead, you should address it as freight train. In the Philippines, I don't think meron pang mga functional freight trains. I'm not sure if it's still functional, the train in Manila. Pero merong lumang train dun eh. Dumadaan siya dati sa PUP. And papunta siyang Alabang. The fare is really affordable. But I don't know if functional pa rin siya. Okay, car napper. I recently watched a video on TikTok. Napanood niyo ba yun? Yung sa pilitang pinasok yung lalaki. Like, kinidnap siya. And then caught on camera. Sinakay siya sa sasakyan. You didn't watch that? It's just a recent video of a news report. So, hindi pala carnapper ang tawag. Hindi porket kidnapper ang tawag sa mandurukot ng tao, carnapper na rin tawag sa magnanakaw ng car. So, it should be a car thief. Okay? And of course, kung walang word na carnapper, wala ring word na carnapping. Should be motor vehicle theft. Okay, and then for those who are familiar with the word chit, do you know this word? Yun ba yung tinatawag yung resibo before? So it should be addressed as the bill or a card. Can I get my receipt? Pwede rin receipt. Okay. All right, now this one is really important. Close the light. Kasi sa Tagalog, nasanay tayo sa patayin. Isara mo naman yung ilaw or isara mo naman yung aircon. Ganon. Patayin mo naman yung aircon. So, it's not close. It's supposed to be turn off the light, turn off the TV, turn off the computer, or switch it off. Pwedeng either turn off or switch off. Yan, pwede yung dalawa na yan. Pero, huwag yung gagamitin yung close. Alright? Next, we have combo. Ayan, sobrang nauuso to sa mga funeral services, right? Ay, combo ba tonight? So, apparently, it should be addressed as musical band. Ayan, kanina I already told you comfort room or CR. If you go abroad and then you ask where the comfort room is, I don't think that they would understand you. Baka mali pa yung ituro sa yung lugar, so it's much better to say, could you please tell me where the toilet is? Yun na lang, okay? Or the washroom. Pwede rin bathroom. Pero technically, bathroom is only used in residential areas kasi wala namang mga bathroom sa public areas, di ba? Kasi hindi ka naman makapag-bath doon. Yung mga bathroom lang, yung mga bahay na may bathtub. So, kung wala namang bathtub yung bahay nyo, huwag ko nang sabihin bathroom, okay? Nag-feeling na may bathtub eh. So, for those of you who don't know, I grew up abroad. I lived there for 7 years. And yung tinirahan naming bahay doon, lahat ng CR may bathtub. So, akala ko, normal lang yon. When I came to the Philippines, I said, uy, ba't wala tayong bathtub? I told my mom. So, then I can't say that it's a bathroom anymore since there's no bathtub, right? So, ayun. Bathroom kapag lang yung mga bahay ay may bathtub. Or yung mga hotel. Usually, yung mga hotel may mga bathtub, right? So yun, pwede mo siyang sabihin bathroom. Pero if mga public toilets, you just say toilet or washroom. Yan. Pwede ring powder room. Powder room. So usually in some houses, yung mga malalaking houses, they have like a common area, common bathroom for guests. So they have their own toilets in their rooms. Tapos meron silang isang common bathroom for guests whenever they have guests around. Okay? Next is Cotton Buds. It's a brand. Brand siya ng cotton swabs. Okay? Pero medyo nasanay tayo kasi nung COVID, nasanay tayo sa swab test. So, we now know, kaya pala siya swab test kasi may cotton swab na ipapasok sa ilong to get a sample of your mucus. Kadiri! Okay. Pero yun yung right term, di ba? Okay. Uy, masakit yun ah. Ilang beses na ako swab test. Hanggang ngayon naman nagsiswab test bago ka i-admit sa hospital. Tama ba? To check if there's any infection in the nasal area. Common bond! Ayan. Sino dito nakaka-relate sa mahilig manghingi ng papel sa mga kaklase, right? Isang short common bond pag bibili ka, no? Bago ka pumasok. Kasi di ka ready. So, bond paper ang totoong tawag sa kanya, bond paper. Actually, nung when I came to the Philippines, doon ko lang naririnig yung common bond na yan. Pero sa abroad, di talaga nila ginagamit yung common. Saan ba galing yung common? Yung word na to, di ba? I don't know either. Next, we have Cutix. Brand din yan ng nail polish. So, ang totoong tawag sa kanya, the generic term is nail polish. Pero ngayon, mas specific na yung ibang mga babae. Alam natin na gel polish na yun, di ba? Sa mga lalaki din nyo alam yun. So, we have gel polish, nail polish, yun yung mabilis matanggal. Like, do you understand that? Or hindi nyo makontextualize? Hindi, parang tungtong. Okay, tayo na lang mag-usap, Nicole. Di ba nail polish kapag local brand siya, yun yung original na ginagamit na mura lang mabili. Mura lang nabibili sa mga stores, pero madali siyang mabakbak. Now, we also have what you call gel polish. Pag sinabi kasi yung gel polish, ine-educate ko na kayo. Para pag naghingi sa inyo yung mga girlfriend or missus nyo, pwede naman pang nails. Magugulat kayo sa price. Kasi sabihin nyo, ang mahal. Hindi nyo na-expect ganun yung price nun. But there's a reason. Because gel polish, under the UV light, mas nagsistay siya. So, whether you do household chores, like, kahit anong gawin mo, hindi siya agad natatanggal. Actually, hindi siya natatanggal hanggat di mo binabakbak, di ba? Pero ang pinakamahal kasi yung polygel. Yeah, polygel is expensive. 1,500 to 2,000, ganun. So, yung polygel naman, nagulat kayo sa price, no? Kala nyo basta-basta lang. So, yung polygel, yun yung very thick plastic. Hindi lang siya polish na nilalagay. Thick plastic na magmukhang makapal yung mga kuko. Ganun. Pang 1 month? Hindi, minsan naglalast siya ng more than a month. It depends how good you take care of it. Ba't alam na alam nito? Sa salon ka nag-order. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yes. This is gel polish. Kasi it's nail extension. Mahabang process to. So, huwag kayong magtataka if matagal siya. 2 hours. It takes 2 hours. Right. Why? Kasi, isi-shape pa yung nail. Like, lilinisin pa niya yung nails mo. And then, after that, ilalapat pa niya yung extension. Pero kailangan niya pang i-reshape yun. Depende sa hugis ng kuko mo. You can tell us about it, Nicole. Nahiya siya. And then, after that, ilang layer pa yan. Tapos, under the UV light. Tapos, if magdadagdag ka pa ng mga design, it's gonna take longer. Right? It really depends. So, 2 to 3 hours, usually. Your wife does polygel? I mean, at home or at the salon?
Naantok na ako, hindi sila nanggaan.
Home service! Yeah, okay.
Madaling araw na.
Because of COVID, nauso yung mga home service na mga ganyan, no? Yeah, that's right. So, next we have the next slide. Double deck. So, it should be double bed. Pero nasanay na talaga tayo sa double deck, right? Especially when you have kids at home. Drive-in or motels. So, the real meaning of drive-in is outdoor movie theaters. If you've seen an outdoor movie theater, nakapark lang yung mga sasakyan sa malawak na field and then nanonood sila ng movie sa malaking screen, pero outdoor siya. So usually, I think in the US, it's a dating place, diba? You're gonna go out and you're gonna go out on a date with someone and then just stay in the car, ganyan. Walang ganun sa Philippines. Wala ba akong nakikitang ganun? Kayo ba? May nabalitaan na ba kayong outdoor movie theater? Meron din naman, pero hindi drive-in yung tawag. Parang may nakita ko sa Pampanga, nakalatag lang yung mga what do you call that? Yung mga parang mats sa sahig and then may malaking projector. I don't know where it's available, pero may nakita akong ganun na isa. I think it's one available in Pampanga. It's a cute place din kasi uso naman din talaga yun sa US. But you know, sa malalamig na bansa sana, hindi sa katulad sa Philippines na ang init, and then it's either mainit or uulan. So I don't think it would be good during rainy seasons. Okay, ito maganda to. Drink your medicine. So bakit mali? Why do you think it's wrong to say drink your medicine? I'm sorry? Yeah. Ano sabi?
Pagkain tabletas po, hindi lang pwede yun.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. So we have capsules, tablets. Yeah. Pag liquid siya, like syrup, that's when you drink the medicine. But if it's capsules, tablets, or injectable, take your medicine. It's a more generic term, and it can be used in different kinds of medicine. Right? Yeah, ini-inject talaga. Okay, so duster, a sundress, or alam niyo naman kung ano na yung duster, right? So actually, it's supposed to be addressed as a linen coat. Teka lang, gano'n pa ba ito kadami? Gusto ko na kasing mapunta dun sa phrasal verbs eh. Okay, so yung mga important na lang yung i-emphasize natin ah. Yung word na entertain, how can how will you entertain your visitors? Pwede yon. Pero pag sa mga embassy or sa mga processing of documents, the right word is assist, not entertain. Hindi ka naman kasi niya sasayawan or kakantahan, right? Entertain is like, I think you can get an amusement out of it. What are the entertainment? What are the sources of entertainment at your house? So we have our own home cinema entertainment yon, okay? A karaoke or a videoke setup, it's a source of entertainment. Pero sa mga pag-process ng mga documents, we use the word assist. Fill up, paki-fill upan yung form, okay? So mali pala yung word na fill up. It should be fill out the form or documents. Pero most Filipinos would say fill up. Just make sure that i-cross out nyo na to sa isip nyo kasi ang tamang term ay fill out the form or the documents. For a while, maririnig nyo to sa mga cafes, restaurants. Okay? So, actually, when we use the term for a while, ang tinutukoy talaga nito ay ilang araw pa yung kailangan mong hintayin bago matapos yung process. So, hindi tamang gamitin yung, could you wait for a while? Kasi ibig sabihin ng for a while, it will take days. So, hold on a second, hold on a minute, or please wait. Yan yung mga tamang terms. Lalo na kung saglit lang naman. Okay? Go ahead. It means leave in advance. So it's much better to say, I'll go before you. I'll go before you. Ginagamit yung go ahead sa, hey, do you think we should start the party? Yes, go ahead. Parang yes, it's a confirmation. All right. Carry on luggage. The luggage that you can bring at your seat whenever you're traveling. Hindi pala hand carry ang tawag, pero marami na tayong nakasanayan na hand carry ang tawag, di ba? So, may luggage ka na chine-check in, pero may luggage ka rin na dinadala sa upuan mo. So, that's called carry-on luggage. Instead of saying, how does she look? It's better to say, what does she look like? Okay. What does she look like is answerable by, she's tall, petite, blonde hair, with bangs. Okay? So, yun. I took the long, remember kasi yung paggamit ng how is like, how long will it take? Or something like that. I took the long cut, not the shortcut. So, walang word na long cut ha. Porket shortcut, binaliktad nyo naman, ginawa nyo long cut. Hindi ganun. I took the long way. Ang kabaliktaran ng shortcut ay long way. Hindi long. Sino kaya nag-invento nun? Okay, jingle. Jingle. When most men, I think, use this term, right? It means to go to the toilet and to urinate. Pero kasi ang pangit naman pakinggan ng to urinate. I think it's much better to say, I have to go to the toilet. For children, they call it number 1. Pag urinate, number 1. Pag poop, number 2. Alam niyo yung code na yon? Why don't you know that code? Wait. Let me check. Yun ba yung logic behind that? That's funny. Pwede yun I think it's, why is this a toilet code for kids? Kasi parang nahihiya silang sabihin yung term na urinate and poop. Yeah, it's a kid-friendly code. Kasi ayaw nilang na-awkward sila. Kasi di ba yung mga kids nahihiya sila pag, ay, natatai ako, ganun, di ba? So it's much better, Mom, I need to do number 2. Di ba? At least hindi siya pangit pakinggan. Mom, I need to poop. Di ba? Parang pangit nga naman pakinggan, nakakahiya, especially for kids. Me as a kid, nahiya akong aminin yung mga ganong bagay. But of course, when you're an adult, it's not embarrassing anymore. Pero yun nga, you can either say, I have to do number one or I have to do number two. Ganun. Can you excuse me? And I have to do number one. Ganun, okay? Next. Skip na natin to. I already mentioned that. So, hindi siya masteral degree or doctoral degree. It's master's degree and doctorate degree. So, the first level is bachelor's degree. If you level up and take your master's, you got the master's degree. And if you take extensive period of education, you are entitled for a doctor's degree, yung pinakamataas, right? Metro Aid, hindi naman na ito masyadong ginagamit nowadays eh. Mineral water, ayan. Hindi naman lahat ng nasa bottled water ay mineral. Kaya nga may Nature Spring na blue, may Nature Spring na red. Magkaiba yon, depende sa label. I just don't know what's the difference, pero magkaiba siya, okay? And meron din namang mga bottled water na purified lang, hindi ganun ka intense yung pagka refined ng water, ganun. Okay, so basta ang pronunciation water, hindi water. Okay? Can you try it? Water. Social. Okay. Motor. Bike. Bicycle. Motorcycle. Pero appropriate naman gamitin yung word na bike, right? Okay, napkin. Okay. It should be sanitary, napkin, or... Okay, kasi pag sinabi natin napkin, ang iniisip talaga ng mga Pilipino, modest, whisper, di ba? Yeah, that's right. Pero, ang napkin talaga sa ibang bansa, it's tissue. Tissue paper that you use for cleaning or something like that. Okay? Next is no parking on both sides. Ang ibig sabihin ng term na to, bawal mag-park. Bawal mag-park sa kahit na anong gilid, okay? But you can't say no parking on both sides because technically a single vehicle can't park on both sides. So kailangan no parking. Yun lang, no parking. Bawal mag-park. Okay? No parking on either side. Ibig sabihin, mas accurate to. No parking on either side. Open the light. Ayan, kagaya nung kanina, you should say turn on, turn off the light, the TV, the computer. And paano naman kung hihinaan or lalakasan? Anong term ang gagamitin natin? We should use the term turn down the volume. It's too loud. Okay? Turn up the volume. I can't hear it properly. Sabihin lakasan. Turn down, turn up. Okay? Pwede rin yun sa mga AC. Can you turn up the AC, please? Kasi masyadong mainit, especially in summer. Turn down the AC, pwede rin yun. Okay? Overpass. So, ang tawag pala dapat sa kanya ay pedestrian overpass. Because, for example, you're asking for direction. You should cross the second overpass. Pero naglalakad ka lang. So, ibig sabihin nun, we're talking about the pedestrian overpass. Why? Because overpass itself is pertaining to any kind of bridge that has yung naka-over. Di ba may mga pang sasakyan din na ganon? So, it's either for tao or for sasakyan. Yun yung general term, overpass. But if you want to be more specific, yung tatawiran lang ng tao, you can use the term pedestrian overpass. Okay. Please please pass by for a few minutes? Or won't you pass by? So the right term is drop by. Pag pass by kasi, yun yung umu-order ka tapos gusto mo magpasabay. Just kidding. Hindi, pass by kasi literal dadaan ka lang. Pero ibig sabihin ng drop by, hihinto ka at magsistay ka for a little while, okay? So, magkaiba siya. Hindi appropriate gamitin yung pass by. Pack up. Usually, this is used when you are on a set. Dati, nung college ako, I was quite active in the ministry, church ministry. So, yung mga musicians sa church, tawag sa kanila, I forgot. Pero lagi nilang ginagamit yung term na pack up na, ganun. After church services, they pack up. But the right term for that is wrap up. Let's wrap up. We can also use it when we're about to finish our lecture. Let's wrap up our lecture and we will see each other again tomorrow. Ganyan, okay? Next is Pentel pen. Pentel is a brand of markers. Like Pilot. Nakasanayan ng mga Pilipino. May Pilot ka? Di ba? May Pilot sa mga ball pen, di ba? G-Tech. Do you have a G-Tech pen? Ganyan. Pero, hindi pala dapat ball pen ang tawag sa lahat ng pen kasi right now, we have different kinds of pens. We have sign pens, we have gel pens, mechanical pens as well. Hindi lang naman lahat ballpoint pen, right? Pag sinabing ballpoint pen, yun yung mga pen na may bilog sa dulo. So, I don't know, what were you using when you were a student? Pilot pinakauso nung panahon namin eh. Nung panahon nyo ba, Nicole, anong usong ballpen? G-Tech, no? Kasi mas fine yung sulat ng G-Tech at saka mas kita siya, 'di ba? Kasi nga sign pen. Sign pen siya eh. Tama ba? Sign pen ba yun o gel pen? Parang gel. But the thing is, you should not drop it. Because once you drop it, it won't write anymore, right? Pero mahal lang G-Tech. It's really good. I like the quality. Meron naman yung mga mamahaling Parker pen. Do you know that? Yung mga nakalagay pa sa case. Ayan, naalala ko na naman yung salamin ko. Nasaan kaya siya? Yeah, but it's not there. Feeling ko nahulog siya sa bus. I won't find it anymore. It's impossible. Okay. Let's skip this. It's easy. Stoplight. Hindi naman laging naka-stop yung stoplight, diba? So, ba't mo siya tatawagin stoplight? It should be traffic lights. Because there are 3. Green, red, and orange. So, sige, review tayo ng driving knowledge niyo. Pag orange, what does it mean? You have to slow down. Slow down. And prepare for a stop. Hindi yung tipong sasagarin mo pa talagang. Di ba madalas sa mga Pilipino, ganon. Maipilit talaga eh. And then, actually, that's one common thing among Filipinos, hindi sumusunod sa traffic lights. I mean, here, sa mga gantong provincial areas, kasi nga, wala naman talagang nagbabantay or hindi ganun kahigpit yung security. Yes, that's right. Take your seat. This is really common. So instead of saying take your seat, sit down is the better term. Traffic. One of the most common excuses for students who are always late. Traffic kasi eh. Okay, so it should be, there was heavy traffic. The word talk, it literally means na i-tuck yung damit sa loob ng pants, right? Tuck in. So, hindi siya tuck out. It should be untuck your shirt. Ganyan, okay. Tupperware brand din to na dapat hindi na ginagamit kasi hindi naman lahat ng plastic container Tupperware yung brand. Meron din namang lock and lock, di ba? O kaya, Orocan, ganyan. Next. Okay. Let's do this exercise. And then we will go on a short break. Tomorrow we are going to start our dance rehearsals. Do not forget to bring your rubber shoes or athletic shoes. What do you think is the right term? The right term is athletic shoes. Bakit athletic? Kasi rubber shoes, hindi naman lahat ng athletic shoes nyo ay gawa sa rubber. Okay? So the right term is athletic. Risa Hontiveros, Grace Paul, Cynthia Villar, and Nancy Binay are all senatorial candidates. Okay? Senatorial candidates. Hindi mali yung senatoriables and presidentiables, ah. It's not an accepted word in English dictionary. So, we just use the term senatorial candidates to be more specific. To get the Niner Quezon Avenue branch from the MRT station, you have to pass by. What's the right term? Pedestrian overpass. Okay. Number 4. Francesca is taking up the last course or academic major for her master's or master's degree. Academic major ang sagot and master's degree, right? Number 5, can kindly hand me the pen. I am standing beside the Xerox machine ba talaga tawag doon? Brand ng machine ang Xerox eh. So it should be photocopier machine. EJ is part of the music band. I am late because I was stuck in the... Okay. Traffic, it pertains to the daluyan ng mga sasakyan. So it can be described as light traffic or heavy traffic. Normal traffic, pwede rin. Because Verna has a meeting with the managers of Niner, she is preparing her slideshow. Kasi ang PowerPoint, Microsoft name yan, ha? Name nila yan for their app. Program, yeah, program. Can't you read the signage that states on either side? Okay. Next, last one. I would like to have... Okay, check natin kung tama ba yung mga sagot. Athletic shoes. Yes, tama naman, right? 10 out of 10. Okay, now we're gonna go and get a 5-minute break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. So now we're going to discuss the 4 types of phrasal verbs. We have separable, inseparable, intransitive, 3-word phrasal verbs. So later on, we will discuss each of these one by one. Let's take a look at the separable phrasal verbs. The object can separate the verb from the preposition. Again, what are the subjects, what are the verbs, and the objects in a sentence? Pag sinabi nating subject, that's the main noun in a sentence or the doer of the action. For example, Sam ate pancakes. Sam is the main noun. Siya yung doer ng action. So Sam ate. Ate is the verb, yun yung action. And then pancakes is the object, yun yung receiver ng action. Okay? So Sam is the subject, ate is the verb, and pancakes is the object. So Anna turned off the light. So iba naman yon. Phrasal verb ang ginamit natin. Anna is the subject. Turned off is the phrasal verb. Ano yung receiver ng action? Light. Yun yung tinurn off ni Anna. Right? Anna turned off the light. Ngayon, pag separable siya, pwedeng nakagitna si object. Kagaya ng pinapakita dito. Ito kasi si object. So, pwedeng malipat-lipat either nasa dulo or nasa gitna. Hindi naman pwedeng nasa umpisa, right? The light of Anna turned. Hindi gano'n, okay? Baka malito kayo, sabihin ni ma'am, pwedeng palipat-lipat. Ibig lang sabihin ng palipat-lipat, pwedeng nakagitna siya sa phrasal verb, pwede rin siyang nasa dulo after ng phrasal verb. Gets? You have to do over this paint job. First of all, ano ibig sabihin ng phrasal verb na do over? Yes, exactly. Uulitin niya yung pagkakagawa kasi hindi pulido yung una or may mga kulang pa yung layer na yon for sure. Hindi pa siya yung ginogol na kulay. Okay? So, yun. And next we have you have to do over this paint job or pwede rin namang you have to do this paint job over. Okay? Inseparable. Hindi mapaghihiwalay ng kahit namang anumang hamon ng buhay. Hindi pala. Wait lang. Parang iba yon, iba yon. The phrasal verb must always go together. Ayan. So, the situation called for a series of urgent solutions. Hindi pwedeng the situation called a series of urgent solutions for. Okay, hindi pwede. Preposition kasi ang ginagamit natin. Preposition yan. For, into, over. Okay? Carlos ran into his English professor in the hallway. I got over the flu, but I don't know if I'll get over my broken heart. Oh my gosh. Unnecessary drama brought to you by this example. Okay. And next we have intransitive. So, ibig sabihin ng intransitive, wala nang kailangang pang direct object. Hindi na kailangan ng receiver. For example, he suddenly showed up. Gets niyo ba yung ibig sabihin ng showed up? Lumitaw. Yun, okay? Yung, yeah, dumating. Arrive, or hindi na nyo na ina-expect na magpapakita siya, pero nagpakita pa siya, okay? He showed up at the party. He suddenly showed up. Di na kailangan ng at the party. Kasi gets mo na, he suddenly showed up, right? The children promise to come over but they never do. To come over, ibig sabihin yan, bumisita sa bahay. Can you come over? Ibig sabihin nun, to my place, to my house. Iyon yung ibig sabihin ng come over. Iba yung sa come over here, ah. Come over here kasi more specific. Ibig sabihin, kung nasan ka ngayon, dun pupunta. Can you come over here? I need to tell you something. Ganon, okay? Pinapalapit mo siya sa'yo. Like, literal na magkasama kayo sa isang room at sinasabihin mo siyang, come over here. Pero yung come over kasi, ibig sabihin nun, nasa bahay ka at inaaya mo yung kaibigan mong bumisita. Could you come over to my place? Pwede rin namang, can you come over? It's not necessary. Hindi naman cannot forever. It's just, it's not necessary. Kasi ibig sabihin na ng term na to, bisitahin mo ako sa bahay ko. Di ba? When we visited Paris, we loved eating out in the sidewalk cafes. Ano ibig sabihin ng phrasal verb na eating out? Literally! Okay, tinatamad kang magluto or there's nothing left in the refrigerator, tubig lang. Gumagana pa yung kuryente, tubig lang pala yung laman, ano? Yung mga tumatawa dyan, relate. I'm just kidding. So, when we visited Paris, we loved eating out in the sidewalk cafes. Sobrang ganda naman talaga kasi ng sidewalk cafe. Sino dito nanonood ng Emily in Paris? Ganda, no? Yung restaurant ni... Bakit? You don't know that series. I don't think you'll be interested kasi medyo pang feminine siya. But if you want to practice your English, I suggest watch Emily in Paris. There are already 4 seasons na ba? Or 5 seasons ang uploaded. Check natin. Maganda siya actually. Pero if hindi nga kayo into fashion or... But if you just want to see Paris and different European countries, watch it. Ayan! Ibahin nyo na yung mga choices nyo sa life. Kailangan talaga more on English series. Ayan, nagkakasundo na sila. Tapos na. Nakailang taon naman. Hindi naman kagaya ng tatlo. 7 na taon si Provinciano, 3 to. So parang 10 years in total. Sobrang yaman na ni Coco, no?
May bago na po kasi ulit.
Siya ulit ang bida. But tondo naman? Di nga. Joke lang yata yun eh. Pero maganda yung kung batang tondo ah. Makikita natin ang katotoo. Kung hindi naman porket batang tondo, ibig sabihin war freak na agad. Pero ba't nga ganun na pag sinabi mo, ay taga-tondo. Parang iisipin mo agad, ay, basta gulero yan. Drug addict yan. Ganun. Have you been to Tondo, Manila? Alam niyo ba kung ano itsura ng Tondo, Manila? Pero hindi yun yung pinaka-squammy place in the Philippines, ah. Sorry for the term, pero squammy talaga. So, meron pang mas malala dun sa Tondo. Napuntahan ko na actually. Kasi pag nagme-mission kami sa church, pinupuntahan namin yung mga bahay na akala mo talaga hindi titirhan ng tao eh. Sa sobrang sikip. Alam mo yon may mga daga. Like, normal na lang makakita ng ganon. Kasing laki niya yung pusa, ganon. Tapos, ang baho kasi hindi maganda. Hindi siya sanitary. Hindi siya malinis. Pero maraming nakatira sa mga ganong lugar. Kasi yun lang yung afford nila eh. It's quite sad, pero sana hindi na sila magstay sa ganong level ng buhay nila. But I've been seeing a lot of documentaries and interviews that actually they were born in that community at nagkapamilya na, tumanda na sa ganong community, which is really sad because it shows us how incompetent the government is, right? Kasi sa ibang bansa, walang ganong mga lugar. Kung meron mang squammy, medyo high-end pang itsura ng squammy sa kanila. What's Happy Land? Ryan. Okay. Masaya siguro dun, ano? Oh my gosh. Okay, 3-word phrasal verb. Ay, nag-reply siya, nag-reply siya. Parang tandun din po yan, ma'am. Pero where is it located? Dito sa Cabanatuan? Or sa Nueva Ecija? Di ba nga kinikwento ko last week? May napanood akong vlogger, finiture niya yung underground. Napanood mo yon yung vlogger na yon? Grabe! Ang lala talaga. Hindi ko akalain na may ganong buhay sa Pilipinas. Ay, wait lang. Check ko yung pinaprint ko.
Isang ka lang. Isang ka lang. Ako, sa akin ako. Saan lang? Ano, sa Tiguna? Yung overall? Hindi yung sa bababa. Pero yung kailangan bands ko doon. 615. Ilan ako? Sa Tiguna, Australia? Nung una, ilan ako?
Eh, kailangan ko po overall na 625, tapos walang bababa ko sa 6 na kami.
Dapat pinipin mo lang sa akin. Binibigay din nila ang certificate. Binibigay din nila. May email sa'yo. Hindi, yung bukod sa, di ba, certificate na lang. Alam, may short copy lang siya. Short copy. Isa kami, doon mo na soto.
Okay, 3-word phrasal verbs. Literally, they're 3 words. So, the phrasal verb check upon. The boys promised to check upon the conditions of the summer house from time to time. What's the meaning of this phrasal verb? It means chine-check nila. They're checking kung ano na, kung may mga nakatira na ba dong ibang kaluluwa, gano'n. Summer house. Pang mayayaman to sa mga summer houses, no? Mga vacation houses. Ganyan. Wealthy people with generational wealth, they have a lot of summer houses at hindi nila pinaparent. Wala lang. Gusto lang nilang maraming bahay. Like, ayaw kasi nilang nagbo-book sa hotel. Gusto nilang sarili nilang space. So, marami silang iba't ibang vacation houses. Pagpag na pagkain. Really? Di ba yung pagpag yun yung tira-tira sa basura? So, people will eat that?
Isko ako, di ba? Yung kwento ng buhay niya.
Sino po?
Isko ko. Mayor.
Sino yun?
Isko ko, mayor ko. Sabi nila, di ba?
Isko Moreno?
Nung bata siya, puro siya na pagpag. Kinakain.
Talaga? Hindi halata, ano? Kasi yung itsura niya ngayon. Di ba ang gwapo nun? Si Isko Moreno. Okay, so after years of giving nothing, the old parishioner was able to come up with $1,000 donation. Come up with is a phrasal verb which means nakapag-ipon, collected, or probably yeah, come up with $1,000 donation. I found it hard to get along with, yan, magkasundo, my brother when we were young. I found it hard to get along with my brother when we were young. The citizens tried to get rid of. This expression means yes, exactly. Or alisin. I-impeach. Okay? I always, sa setting na to, sa number 4, impeach ang ibig sabihin dyan. I always look forward to. What are you looking forward to your migration abroad? What are you looking forward to your migration abroad? Ano yung mga expectations mo or inaasahan mo? Okay, let's take a look at these common phrasal verbs. So we have ask out. Andy asked out Anna on a date. Andy asked her out. Pwede rin naman Andy asked her out. Hindi na kailangan ng kaduktong. Ibig sabihin nun, inaya niyang makipag-date. Catch up with someone? What does it mean? To reach the same position or level as someone. If you are in a marathon and you tell your friend, hey, catch up, something like that, meaning, pwede rin naman siyang gamitin sa setting na, for example, let's hang out or let's go at a cafe and let's catch up. Ibig sabihin, nun lang ulit kayo nagkita at gusto nyong mag-update sa buhay ng isa't isa, so you're gonna catch up with each other. Okay? Clean up, make clean and orderly, clean up your mess, clean up the room, ganyan. Okay? Come across, find by chance. I came across my high school classmate at the mall. Ibig sabihin, nagkasalubong lang sila, hindi inaasahan. Cross out. You need to cross it out from your plans because it's not a good decision anymore, something like that. Or cross it out from a list. Okay? Isasantabi mo na, or tatanggalin mo na siya. Iko-cross out mo na. Cut out. Stop an annoying activity. In America, they would always use the term cut it out, or pag makulit masyado yung bata, cut it out. Gaganon yung nanay. Ibig sabihin nun, tumigil ka na, ganyan, okay? Warning na yon na kapag hindi pa siya tumigil, magkaka-punishment na siya, ganyan. Or for example, nagtatantrums, ganyan, pwede rin. Or you can even say it hindi sa bata, pwede rin sa adults. Okay? Cut it out. Like, ibig sabihin nun, may mga times kasi when someone is being very toxic or parang nagdidiwara, so pwede mong sabihin yun sa kanya. Cut it out. Do over, you already read a sample of that. Figure out. Find the answer by logic. Find the answer by logic. You need to figure out the solution to this problem. You need to figure out why we are on a deficit, budget deficit. So, financial deficit, meaning may something wrong sa auditing. You have to figure out sino yung nangungupit. Charis. Fill out, ayan kapag may mga form. Fill out this form. Pag mga form, fill out. Tandaan nyo hindi fill up. Mga Pilipino lang yung gumagamit ng fill up, pero fill out talaga. Fill in the blanks. Kapag sa exam yun, syempre. Pero pag mga form kasi, like if you fill out mo with your information, halimbawa, SSS form, pag-ibig form, ganyan, fill out dapat dyan, okay? Get in or get into when we're talking about a vehicle. Get off, leave any vehicle. Oh, wait, teka. Baka malito kayo sa get on tsaka get in ah. Pag sarili mong sasakyan, get in the car. Ganon, okay? Pero pag bus, jeep, public transport, get on. Get on the plane. Get on the train. Get on the bus. Okay? Pag mga sasakyan, like a car, when we say it's for private use, we use get in. Kasi mas personal siya, okay? Get over? Yan. Alam niyo naman sa mga kanta yung get over na yan, napakadalas nasa mga kanta, di ba? Never get over. Oh my gosh, nag-video okay na lang talaga. Okay, next. Get through. I wish I could get through my IELTS test by the end of March. Finish, okay? Give back. Yun yung kapag meron ka lang namang utang na loob, ah. Give back. Hindi, joke lang. Pwede rin give back, for example, give back to the community. Let's say, yumaman ka bigla or nanalo ka sa loto, ganyan. Mag-give back ka, mamimigay ka ng pera or tulong. Okay? Or pwede rin naman sa family nyo. Pinag-aral ka ng tita mo or ng parents mo. So, you wanna give back something in return. Or pwede namang literal na, give it back to me. Pwede rin yun. Dalawa ibig sabihin ng give back, ah. Pwedeng tumanaw ng utang ng loob, give back. And of course, pinahiram mo lang naman yung cellphone mo, give it back to me. Hindi mo naman pwedeng angkinin pa, right? Next, we have give up. Don't give up on your dreams, di ba? Go over. Reviewin. Okay? So that's why my allotted time allowance ang examination so that you can go over your answers. Ibig sabihin, check mo. Baka mamaya may wrong spelling ka dyan. Kasi sa listening, kahit tama yung sagot mo, basta wrong spelling, wrong yon. Okay? And then we have hand in. Submit an assignment. Hand in your essays by the end of this week. Not to me, to Sir Kevin, okay? Next, keep out of. Ibig sabihin nun, don't enter. Keep up, stay at the same position or level. Keep up with me, ganyan. Minsan, your friends can jokingly say, hey, you need to keep up. Like you're playing games, and then you can tell your friends, hey, keep up. Something like that. Okay. Makeup. Hindi ito yung cosmetics, ha? Ibig sabihin ng makeup is may backlogs ka sa week na to, sa nakaraang week. So, kailangan mo siyang tapusin this week. Makeup for the unfinished work. So, let's say, sa mga students ko, I postponed the class last Wednesday. So, syempre, in-expect nyo na dapat may class tayo last Wednesday. I'm gonna make it up and I'm gonna schedule a Monday class. That's a makeup class. Okay? Name after. Alam nyo na yung name after na yan. Mahilig yung mga Pilipino mag-name after. Pick out, select. Pick out the best apples from the basket. Put away. Kadalasan yung mga nanay, paulit-ulit. Put away your toys. Put them back. Diba? Put away. Ibig sabihin, na makalat, so you have to put it away. So tama niyang lalagyanan. Shut off. Pwede yan when you're handling a machine, equipment, or light. Pwede rin naman turn off. Shut off, turn off. Same. Take after. Oh, the baby is so cute. It takes after my Myself. Myself. Ang yabang. Okay. So, resemble. Ibig sabihin kamukha. Okay. Let's say, wow, your baby has blue eyes. Is that your baby? Gaganunin ka pa eh. Kasi hindi mo, let's say foreigner asawa mo, di ba? Blue eyes yung anak mo. Oh yeah, he takes after his dad. His dad is American. Ganyan. Delulu. I'm just kidding. So, example lang naman yun, okay? Next, we have take up, begin a new activity. I'm taking up IELTS. Yan. Pero hindi nyo yun sasabihin sa interview. Why? Ayun. Buti naman alam nyo na yung sagot. So, you're not supposed to disclose the fact that you're taking up IELTS because they would give you more difficult questions in the interview. Next is tear down. Demolish. Hindi siya punit Ibig sabihin demolish. The building was torn down last evening because the new owner decided to rebuild the structure. Tear up. Tear up. Iba yung tear sa tear. Tear kasi luha. Tear, punit. Tear into many little pieces. Anna was so angry at her boyfriend, she decided to tear up the letters he gave her. Okay? Think over. Okay, you don't have to decide now. I'm gonna give you some time to think over your decision. Ibig sabihin, pag-isipan mo pang mabuti. Okay? Ayan, pick out. Basahin niyo muna and babalik. Okay. Pick out is select. Point out. Ayan, mahilig yung mga babae sa ganyan. Pina-point out yung mga mali niya, no? My wife always points out my mistakes. Because you have a lot. Uy, grabe. Ang sama. Because you have a lot of mistakes. Because, why? Women are always right. Kidding. Apaka-bias naman nun. Put away. Remove. Ay, ba't parang naulit? Ay, naulit lang pala eh. Guys, ito na yung exercise. I'm gonna send the link para makapag-sagot din yung mga nasa Zoom. Huwag nyo na lang pansinin yung date na nilagay ko kasi hindi ko pala na-edit. Last February 4 pa kasi to. So you have 30 minutes to answer this. It's 1 to 30 items. This is only 30 items. Tapos multiple choice pa. O, di ba? Parang may bonus nga dito eh. So, can you please get? And then, last na to.
May letter na lang po ilagay. Yan, ito.
Bilugan mo na lang yung letter. Tapos pwede mo rin isulat yung word. Nakalimutan. Ba't ako may alarm ng 11:30, guys? Hindi mo rin alam bakit ka may alarm, ano?